Hello students. So basically in this video we will understand how to prepare revaluation account with some concept as well as some tricks. So this revaluation account in partnership chapters is very crucial from exam point of view. So in this video we are gonna see how to prepare revaluation account. So let's come to the debit side of the revaluation account. That is the debit side of revaluation account. Now asset. So in asset there is a downward value, downward arrow. So basically the assets value is reducing. So if the value of assets is reducing, you have to write it on the debit side of the revaluation account. For example, let's say in the question there is a land and building of rupees 10 lakh. Now in the adjustment it has been given that you have to depreciate the value of land and building by 1 lakh. So where we will write the 1 lakh value? We will write the 1 lakh value on the debit side because the value of the asset is decreasing. Next, liabilities upward. That means if the value of liabilities are increasing, you have to write it on the debit side of the revaluation account. For example, if in the balance sheet the value of creditors is 50,000 and in the adjustment it has been given that the value of creditors has been increased by 20,000. So basically where you have to write the value of 20,000, that is on the debit side, since creditors is a liability and the value of liabilities are increasing. Next is the provision. So provision, there is a upward arrow. That means the value of provision, if increased, you have to write it on the debit side of the revaluation account. For example, if in the balance sheet the provision for doubtful debt is 5,000 and in the adjustment the provision for doubtful debt has been increased by 1,000. So basically the value of provision is being increased by 1,000 and hence on the debit side you have to write 1,000 as provision. Now let's move on to the credit side. So basically credit side liabilities is downward value, that is liability is being decreased. So if the value of liabilities are decreased, you have to write on the credit side of the revaluation account. For example, in the balance sheet the creditors, that is the liabilities, is 50,000 and the revised figure of the creditors is 40,000. So that is the liabilities, that is the creditors, has been decreased by how much? By 50,000 minus 40,000, that is 10,000. So you have to write on the credit side the creditors figure as 10,000. Next is the assets. If increased, that is the upward value, you have to write on the credit side. For example, if the value of furniture in the balance sheet is given as 10,000 and the revised value of furniture in the adjustment that is given as 15,000, that means the value of assets has been increased by 15 minus 10,000, that is 5,000. So basically you have to write 5,000 on the credit side of the revaluation account. Next, provision, if downward arrow, that is decreased, that you have to write on the credit side. So basically, for example, if the balance sheet figure of provision for doubtful debt is 10,000, now that has been reduced by 5,000, so balance 5,000, you have to write on the credit side. Now see, after writing all the items in the revaluation account on debit as well as the credit sides, you will either have loss or you will have the profit. Either there will be loss or there will be profit. So whether there is a profit or loss, you will understand by calculating. If the credit side is greater, there will be profit. If the debit side is greater, obviously there will be loss. So whatever it may be, profit or loss, that will always be divided among the partners in the old ratio. That means the profit or loss will be transferred to the partner's capital account. So this is it. Hope you have understood this concept of revaluation account in short, and if there are inquiries you can comment on the comment section. Thank you.